Cape Breton island, carved by the sea, ablaze in the colors of autumn. Follow your heart along trails that unravel our coast, offering quiet escape or rowdy moments of joy. Be moved by our living culture and inspired by our magical vistas. Cape Breton Island, your heart will never leave.
Art adds color to our world.
It's magical.
And we represent Nova Scotia wherever we go.
Because Nova Scotia Gaming has support for culture,
you can really have an opportunity to grow.
This is so good.
Let me show you why. Our growers, they select the beans, not as easy as it seems. This one's perfect, that one too. So many great beans to brew. Premium Arabica, ship them off to Canada. Arrive at our roastery, sorting, roasting every bean. Taste test each cup. Coffee masters give thumbs up. Handcraft fresh brew. Spreading joy is what we do. From bean to cup, that is how we brew it up.
Cool. How do you make the donuts?
TD Bank Group, we believe in the power of music. TD is proud to support the Celtic Colours in the Schools program. For culture and traditions to continue, they must be passed on to the next generation. Working together with Celtic Colours, TD is investing in our future, bringing live music, song, dance, and exciting Celtic performers into the schools. TD and Celtic Colours, for the love of music.
Welcome to Member 2 Trade and Convention Centre, located just minutes from downtown Sydney in the urban Mi'kmaq community of Member 2. We offer 20,000 square feet of meeting and event space that can be easily tailored for any size meeting or conference. Pedway access to the Hampton Inn, on-site banquet and catering services, as well as full AV services. Let us help make your next event a memorable one. For more information, visit member2tcc.com or call for more details.
For as long as there are touchdowns to be caught and parades to partake in, for as long as communities need fundraisers and the heart needs to smile, for as long as hopeful stories enrich us all, we'll be there to make the link.
I'm extremely proud to be Nova Scotian. Art is something we want to make sure is continuing to tell our stories.
Culture is what makes us human. Art, music, film.
It is what adds color to our world.
And if you have a vibrant arts community, those that are looking at moving somewhere, that's a part of what they're looking for.
Because Nova Scotia Gaming has support for culture,
all of these barriers are sort of removed and you can really have an opportunity to grow.
We think we're number one,
because we're the home of a strong Mi'kmaq culture since time immemorial.
Because we have more fiddlers per capita than anywhere in the world.
We think we're number one because we have the finest lobster and seafood.
We have one of the most scenic drives in the world.
We think we're number one because we have the largest historical reconstruction in North America.
Because the Bredor Lakes are UNESCO biosphere.
Because we have amazing trails and we have one of the top national parks in Canada.
Because of our rich Acadian culture and joie de vivre.
We think we're number one because we have world-class golf courses.
Jalasi, your adventure starts here in Membertou.
Welcome to Cape Breton Island, the Celtic heart of North America. This small island welcomes you with its huge heart. Here, you can jump into the culture, dance to lively fiddle tunes, learn a Gaelic milling song, and enjoy traditional meals. Experience firsthand North America's only living Celtic culture. Music is the heartbeat of the island, with sessions always close at hand. You can soak it in or jam with some of the world's finest Celtic musicians. The stunning, diverse beauty of this award-winning island, its sweeping hills, popping colors, and majestic waters promises to both soothe and invigorate all who visit. Cape Breton offers down-home hospitality with its soul-inspiring music and earnest storytelling. You may arrive a visitor, but are sure to leave as a friend. Start your journey today at celticheart.ca.
Nova Scotia's Cape Breton Island has called out to the hearts of travelers for hundreds of years, inspiring their minds and reviving their spirits. Follow your heart. It will lead you to the journey of a lifetime. Experience one of the world's most scenic drives, the Cabot Trail, rising from the sea, clinging to mountains. A winding staircase that will take you from majestic ocean vistas to quiet fishing villages. Plan a few days to enjoy every moment. Savor a masterpiece. Our island is renowned as a hiker's paradise, a challenging beauty that calls out to be explored. Breathtaking landscapes await you. Travel through time at the Fortress of Louisbourg, the largest historical reconstruction of its kind in North America. Walk the streets where world powers fought for control of a continent. Cape Breton, one of the first multicultural societies in North America, the heart of the Mi'kmaq Nation, where ancestry is treasured and deep and alive in the roots of communities. Delve into the mind of a genius. Learn of our storied past. You may even learn something about yourself. Be moved by our living cultures. Join in a square dance. Step to the jigs and the rollicking reels. Watch our artisans at work creating their treasures. Find a unique serenity as you pause in the heart of the island, or chart a course on the Bredor Lakes, a designated UNESCO biosphere and Canada's largest inland sea. Leave your footprints on our shores. They will be welcomed by gentle waters and rolling surf. Anticipate larger-than-life encounters. The island resonates with the voices of generations before us. We hold our traditions close, and it's a tradition to share what we have with our visitors. Discover and embrace Cape Breton Island. Your heart will never leave.
The spirit of our island is strong. She is vibrant and rooted in culture. When she sleeps, we call it winter. When she celebrates her beauty, we call it autumn. And when she sings, we call it Celtic Colours. For hundreds of years in these mountains and along these shores, we've kept our traditions alive. When we speak, when we play, when we dance, now we invite people from far and wide to share our island. Add a voice, lend an ear, and try a step. To see, to hear, to experience. Cape Breton Island's Celtic Colours International Festival.
Gadgetjelum rause, on goed malan en koelerum. Gadgetjelum rause, on goed malan en koelerum. Gadgetjelum rause, on goed malan en koelerum. Gadgetjelum rause, gadjetjelum, gadjetjelum rause, gadjetjelum, gadjetjelum rause, gadjetjelum, gadjetjelum rause, on goed malan en koelerum. Gadjetjelum rause, on goed malan en koelerum. Gadjetjelum rause, on goed malan en koelerum. Gadjetjelum rause, gadjetjelum, gadjetjelum rause, on goed malan en koelerum. Gadjetjelum rause. Benagam, Matayagam, Altikam, Netayagam, upon the Hubin Galacam, Smolina, Salokround. Benagam, Matayagam, Altikam, Netayagam, upon the Hubin Galacam, Smolina, Salokround. China Mikulini, Lan Kulini, Gal Kulini, Lan, China Mikulini, Lan, Snipalapantaya Maro, China Mikulini, Lan Kulini, Gal Kulini, Lan, China Mikulini, Lan, Snipalapantaya Maro. Dole chingamiri dol gamiari, dole chingamiri pita kere kliai, dole chingamiri dol gamiari, dole chingamiri pita kere kliai. Ami shari tavan jag speak to Saliami, Halekalam Hana Sarsi Kanda Pita Kliavi. Ami shari tavan jag speak to Saliami, Halekalam Hana Sarsi Kanda Pita Kliavi. Ami shari tavan jag speak to Saliami, Halekalam Hana Sarsi Kanda Pita Kliavi. Ami shari tavan jag speak to Saliami, Halekalam Hana Sarsi Kanda Pita Kliavi. Cheers, thank you very much.
Cape Breton Island.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Saturday Night at the Savoy.
You.
And welcome to day 2 of Celtic Colours. Are you having a good time so far? My name is Steve Sutherland. I'm the host of Information Morning at CBC Radio in Cape Breton, and I am pleased and honored to be your MC for this evening for a lovely Saturday night at the Savoy. The theme of Celtic Colours this year is connected. We're talking about connections among people who are passionate and love the kind of music we're celebrating tonight. We're talking about connections to other sister festivals around the world, like Celtic Connections, which has some associations with the performers we have on stage tonight. Connections with other islands rooted in the kinds of passions and traditions that this island is rooted in. And tonight in particular, we're celebrating connections with the island of Barra from the island of Cape Breton. So if you're ready, we're going to get this show on the road. You ready for a good time? Awesome. This is the point where I ask you to please place your phones on airplane mode. So to avoid embarrassment later on. A little bit of business to take care of. If you would also refrain, Celtic Colours has asked me to ask you to refrain, please, from any audio or video recording tonight. And speaking of connections, we have an interesting connection in the audience tonight. I'm pleased and honored to be able to tell you that we have in attendance tonight His Honor, the Honorable Arthur LeBlanc, Lieutenant Governor of Nova Scotia, and Her Honor, Patsy LeBlanc, here tonight. A round of applause to welcome them back to Cape Breton. Your Honor, sir. By the way, Monsieur LeBlanc happens to be the first ever Acadian Lieutenant Governor of the province of Nova Scotia, which is a pretty interesting step, and I've had the pleasure of interviewing him about that. If you're from away, the Lieutenant Governor represents the Queen of Nova Scotia. Just get that little bit of trivia out of the way for you. Also tonight, to start us off, I wanted to acknowledge our live stream. We are live streaming around the world. Glace Bay, the world, Glace Bay. Welcome to everybody watching us on the Celtic Colours website. The whole world, Donnie and Jinks. And we have an awesome way to start our Connected show tonight, Saturday Night at the Savoy, because these guys are known for getting a party started and keeping it going, as I found out when Donnie played the night before my wedding at our party. From the details I vaguely recall, a good time was had by all, including the bride and groom. These guys, well, we're still together. It's been 18 years, Donnie. By the way, these guys, when you combine their knowledge and experience, you've got an encyclopedic knowledge of Celtic, Cape Breton, and traditional music, and also popular music and rock and roll going back to the 50s and 60s. Donnie's also a familiar voice, not just from parties and shows, but because he has been the host of one of the longest-running radio shows in North America, Celtic Serenades, a landmark of Sunday nights. So, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage of the Savoy Theatre tonight at Celtic Colours, Donnie Campbell and Jinks O'Neill.
When the raspberries burst on the woodbine, and the summer lies close to the stream, and the porch is the fit place for young boys to dream, the stream in the meadow dies down, with straw hats and wagons and horses, with young Tim and tired old Dan. We head for the fields with the click of the wheels and the pitchfork that blisters your hands. But you've got to make hay when the sun shines, that's what all of the hill people say. You just keep your load wide, keep your eye on the sky, make sure it's dry when you put it away. Well, I remember the chafe on the back of the neck and the cool at the edge of the stream, when you stop for a while and you talk about the weather, drink from the stream and get mud on your knees. Then it's back to the wagon, it's back to the mow, 6 loads in and 8 more to go. And there's biscuits and beans at the late supper meal, and there's nothing like beans when you're working, you know. But you've got to make hay when the sun shines, that's what all of the hill people say. You just keep your load wide, keep your eye on the sky, make sure it's dry when you put it away. Well, it's the season of clover and killdeer, it's a time when the earth does her best. when all men are strong and the workday is long. You know when to rise and you know when to rest. And in the cool of the evening I sit on the moor, let the wagon wind blow through my hair, count out the stars and talk to the moon, and sing to myself in this sweet summer air. And hang on round the corners and duck from the branches, and sing to myself in this sweet summer air. But you've got to make hay when the sun shines, that's what all of the hill people say. You just keep your load wide, keep your eye on the sky, make sure it's dry when you put it away. Thank you very much. Welcome to the Savoy. It's so nice to be back here. I want to get right off the bat and say hello to my daughter, Anne Louise, who's watching over in Newfoundland. She was always one of the stage managers and from Celtic Colours, and I think she'd like to be here tonight doing it. Half an hour later. This is a song, that one was about making hay and, you know, making sure that it's dry before you put it away. When I was a kid, we had a lot of the big horses, the Clydesdales and the Bergerons and the Belgians that would be out hauling the wagons of hay. And then eventually they lost their jobs to tractors in progress. This is a song about the last trip home for some of those big horses. And the guy who was leading the team, the farmer leading the team, would say to them, be proud, just walk on, you know, hold your head up. I have worked on farms, and from the start, the muckle horses won my heart. With good broad backs they proudly stand, the uncrowned kings of all the land. But yet for all their power and strength, they're as gentle as the summer's winds. So steady boys, walk on, for your work is nearly done. No more we'll till and plough the fields, the horses' day is done. And this will be our last trip home. So steady boys, walk on. You've heard men sing their songs of praise of Arab stallions in a race, or hunters that fly with the hounds to hunt the hare and to chase her down. But none of them compare, I vow, to the working pair that pulls the plough. So steady boys, walk on, for your work is nearly done. No more we'll till and plough the fields, the horses' day is done. And this will be our last trip home. So steady boys, walk on. And of all the farms where I plied my trades, of all the fields I ploughed and lain, I never thought I'd see the day when the Clydesdales' work would ever end. But progress drives a different course, and tractors have replaced the horse. So steady boys, walk on, for your work is nearly done. No more we'll till and plough the fields, the horses' day is done. And this will be our last trip home. So steady boys, walk on. And as we head home, our friends will line the road to see us one last time, for none of them would want a chance or to see us pass like this. And they'll say they saw us in years to come, the muckle horse's last trip home. So steady boys, walk on, for your work is nearly done. No more we'll till and plough the fields, the horses' day is done. And this will be our last trip home. So steady boys, walk on, for your work is nearly done. no more we'll till and plough the fields. The horses' day is done, and this will be our last trip home. So steady, boys, walk on. So steady, boys, walk on. Thank you very much. Thank you. I have new strings.
Common ritual.
Do you feel like singing with us? Easy chorus. It says, calling down the line, calling down the line. And they rallied round to the piper's tune, calling down the line. Simple. If Jinks there can get it and I can get it, you can get it. Yeah?
It's hard to remember them.
We do a lot of songs. We're coming up to Remembrance Day, and I'm going over to France in November, and I'm taking part in the Peace March that celebrates the 100th anniversary of the end of World War I. But we still keep sending young guys and gals off to war. And everyone, there's 15 countries, I think it was, that fought in the war, and each country is represented. And all of us had somebody killed. My great uncle, John, was killed at the Second Battle of Ypres. He was 20. I got a lot of years on him. And hopefully I'm going to be able to take over some sand from Benyon, where he grew up, and sprinkle it a little bit on his grave. We sing a lot of songs, as I said, about the soldiers. This one is about the bagpipers, kind of in praise of them, who went over and they led the guys off to war, and then they played the tunes when they were going over the top, and played a lament when they were laying the boys to rest. And reminds me of a cartoon I saw once. It was really cool. It was like you got these two guys in the trench, right? And the bullets are flying overhead, and the airplanes, and the bombs are going off, and the piper's piping away, and the two guys in the trenches saying, "For the love of God, Angus, will you play something they like?" You know? Got it? 2, 3. The boy stood on the platform in 1914, waiting for the train to Salisbury Plain, that'd soon be on their way. Off they marched, rifles shoulder high, so proud to do their jobs, and the pipers played Scotland the Brave as we waved the boys away. Calling down the line, calling down the line, and they rallied round to the piper's tune, calling down the line. The sergeant major worked them hard. They were trained in only days to bear the brunt of the Western Front that'd soon be on their way. Off they marched, rifles shoulder high, so proud to do their job, and the pipers played Scotland the Brave when they waved the boys away. Calling down the line, calling down the line, and they rallied round to the piper's tune, calling down the line. Thunder in the trenches roared, the shells upon them rained, and the general spent 1,000 men for every inch they gained. Those brave young lads met their battle dawn, so proud to do their jobs, and the pipers stood in the line of fire, and they piped them over the top. Calling down the line, calling down the line, and they rallied round to the piper's tune, calling down the line. Well, the shells fell silent, and they gathered up the cost. The victories claimed disguised the pain, and nothing more was said. Those brave young lads in a foreign land, they gave their very best, and the pipers played a sad lament when they laid the boys to rest. Calling down the line, calling down the line, and they rallied round to the piper's tune, calling down the line, calling down the line, calling down the line, and they rallied round to the piper's tune, calling down the line. I feel like a big shot tonight. Look at this.
You're just like Bruce Springsteen, what?
I don't know what to do. I've never heard this.
He usually dresses himself honest.
I almost took the head off her.
Fancy stuff.
Now don't you fall.
2, 3, 4.
Just as the sun is rising, we must rise and plow, to tend and feed the plow team that stands so still and proud. The backs are strong as iron, but their hearts are gentle and sore. And yoke them to the farm share, to leave the farm behind. Turn, turn, the seasons turn, the children sport and play. The plowman, he's first to feel the wind and the sun at the break of day. His hands are sore and calloused, but he keeps them straight in line. His eyes are keen and steady, and his team well matched and fine. The ground is cold and frosty as a mist comes in from the sea. With the open sky above him, the gulls for company. You got the chorus? Turn, turn, the seasons turn, the children sport and play. The plowman is first to feel the wind and the sun at the break of day. And when the old king has ended and the round day's work is done, the horses are but a shadow in the waning of the sun. The plowman needs his sleep now, for his back is weary and sore. And early he must rise again, and their plowing come once more. Turn, turn, the seasons turn, the children sport and play. The plowman he's first to feel the wind and the sun at the break of day. Turn, turn, the seasons turn, the children sport and play. The plowman he's first to feel the wind and the sun at the break of day. When the guys were heading overseas, there was a bunch of the Cape Bretoners that were they were camped at a place not too far from here as the crow flies at Broden. And there was a guy from a piper from Scotch Hill outside of Margaree, and he wrote this song in praise of all the Cape Bretoners that were going overseas, and it was kind of a warning to the Germans that the Cape Bretoners were coming over, so watch out. We are the boys behind the guns, and now we're off to meet the Huns. Kaiser Bill will up and run when we get to Flanders. There's MacDonald from Redor, perhaps you've heard of him before. There'll be Judic on the floor when we get to Flanders. Dalyale and Palyalo, first the heel and then the toe. Pack your kits and off we go, hooray for our commanders. We had the boys from Margaree and from Cregnish by the sea. To tell the truth between you and me, no better men in Flanders. We had the boys from Old Port Hood, they're a breed, a manly brood. You'll bet your boots they will do good when we get to Flanders. Dalyale and Palyalo, first the heel and then the toe. Pack your kits and off we go, hooray for our commanders. Laddies from along the line, Broadcove Banks and from the mines, when they reach the firing line they'll be held to pay in Flanders. We have boys from Lake Ainsley Strand, they will fight to beat the band. They have done it on the van and they'll do it again in Flanders. Dalyale and Palyalo, first the heel and then the toe. Pack your kits and off we go, hooray for our commanders. Like Cogamaw is to the fore when in the midst of cannon roar. They will fight to the core when we get to Flanders. Louisburg and Sydney town, from the deck and all around, they will slam the Kaiser down when we get to Flanders. Dalyale and Palyalo, first the heel and then the toe. Pack your kits and off we go, hooray for our commanders. Iona and Shenandoah and Grand Narrows by the sea. It's just as true can be, they'll do well in Flanders. Kaiser Bill, you dirty brute, the devil will have you by hook or by crook. Take off your larrigans and scoot before we get to Flanders. Dalyale and Palyalo, first the heel and then the toe. Pack your kits and off we go, hooray for our commanders. Dalyale and Palyalo, first the heel and then the toe. Kits and off we go, hooray for our commanders. Thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of the night.
Donnie Campbell. Donnie Campbell and Jinks O'Neill. Donnie Campbell and Jinks O'Neill. Phew. Can you believe Donnie Campbell's been on the radio almost as long as the Men of the Deeps have been around? 45 years this month, if you could believe it. Yeah, he started broadcasting at the age of 8, actually, was how that happened. And we're talking about being connected to Celtic Colours, connected this year to islands around the world, to the island of Barra in particular, with some of the performers here tonight. Also connected to other music festivals around the world. When I think of the island of Barra, at this time of year, I think of the story that I was told once by Jim St. Clair, who is a culture keeper on Cape Breton Island, a storyteller, historian, and someone who's very dear to many people on this island, about the first Thanksgiving that ever happened on the shores of the Bredor Lakes between Barra McNeil's and the Mi'kmaq people, who realized they shared a culture and a religion in that way, and they had a feast on the shores of the Bredor Lakes in the early 1800s, Donald McNeil's people, which we are told was the first Thanksgiving ever on Cape Breton Island. Nice to remember as we celebrate islands, this island, the island of Barra, Thanksgiving, and also the great spirit of reconciliation happening in this country right now. That happened back in the early 1800s, the first Thanksgiving in Cape Breton. And speaking of the island of Barra, one of our next performers was born on the island of Barra. She actually grew up in the early part of her years without electricity. Barra didn't get electricity until she was 6. So she started performing at candlelight vigils. She's a member of the Traditional Scottish Music Hall of Fame. Kathleen has been a Celtic Colours a number of times. She was actually born on South Uist and was once named the best Gaelic singer in Scotland at Traditional Music Awards. And they've both been to Celtic Colours numerous times, and as a matter of fact, this is a reunion of sorts. They last performed on the Savoy Theatre stage at Celtic Colours back in 2012. Cathy Ann is now one of us. She lives in Dartmouth. Please welcome back to the stage of the Savoy, Cathy Ann MacPhee and Kathleen MacInnes.
Mór an tang, agus a sin óhasach talacht si bhí seo nar miscanach agus a muo sin agus cála, caramela a bhí cála dibh agus hanil na glúin ag an bracate a hanil fatar falla bhuaia.
Cymryd a hasw, ham y dochos gael siw gyma. O, gyma. Ha choma fi sio, y ddys am sy'n gyda sio y dresaf tŵrys ac am sa fi siesw is an art ŵl ar a ha sio agus ham i cho tolichtio y fi e ddash.
So we do speak a little English.
Not much.
We've been practicing. No, so, well, she is an ish. I'm very bossy, so she can sit down now, because, you know, I'm older, as you heard, electricity when I was 6. I mean, but we were late getting it then, because I was only, you know, I'm only 25 now, you know. But I'm so happy to be back at Celtic Colours. So happy. It's just always an honour to be asked. And so it's nerve-wracking enough coming and knowing you've got sell-out audiences and you're amongst people from all over the world. But then throw into that equation the online, you know, the live bit. Gee whiz, I poked my eye with mascara when just before we came. They're going to know in Australia that I did this, you know. Everybody from Battersea to Venezuela is watching this. And I told my Auntie Peggy back home, poor Auntie Peggy, this is, you know, it's nearly midnight in Barra, and she stayed up. She's going to be watching us tonight. So, Auntie Peggy, that will be good for you. And I'm actually going to start off with a song from Barra, and I'm going to ask the amazing Donald Shaw, isn't his accordion amazing? Look, doesn't it look like maple syrup? I was looking at it all afternoon and I said, I just want to lick it. He's really nervous of me now. And a number of years ago, I sang at one of these big awards, you know, Scots Trad Awards in Perth, I think it was in Perth, back in Scotland. I wasn't up for the award, but I was asked along as a guest. But I wasn't up for it, and you're all supposed to go, oh. I know, but I wasn't going to be outdone by that. I prepared a thank you speech as if I had, you know, won one. So I did that. Well, I want to thank you all for voting for me had I been nominated. And I went through a whole list, and then it came to, you know, you thank this person, and then you get to thanking God. And then I was going to thank my band, Donald Shaw, because he was my band. And I think you can be a band if you're on your own. So I have my band to accompany me tonight. So thank you, Donald. So we're going to start off with a song from the island of Barra, and I hope you enjoy it. Glóing mi haroch na mara artas kion nukai vi kaling Taraman pek ang kashachlatig mianagalan namai jamvari shachat kia samalachashal irichan Famovran haunche ganyang murnian nach chilkoachke Jan Shinga Gulichiadich Man ran the Hela Gashiari Gruakachnen Stoag Gavimianort Wangi Kualang Art Naliegang Jundrain Molanang Gamoriaslag Maruch Gauri Hamikiarag Spirit Beha Galave Chdiane Galavangul Sanoik Geshiari Glowing in me Haruch Namara Artos Kion Nukai di Galing Taraman Pek Angkosh Achlatig Mianagalan Namai Janvari Happily. Thank you.
Hamis mynd i'ch gybi antipegi o fasach toleg til eisiau sy'n. Hamis mynd i'ch. Nach rwy'n sy'n ddech aling. Am da iach yn gyda oran gŵl gyf. This is a love song. And I hope you enjoy it. Saturday night at the Savoy. In Glasgow there's a Savoy. And Saturday night at the Savoy is nothing like this. It's a nightclub. This is all very civilized. So. And in the Savoy in Glasgow, you don't hear love songs that mention cows and cattle. So you're better off here. Gardu ma ven homaing a chagad sagul. Vadul de sadaking a viga hame jachfu. Chabada lum shach gang a vinteika dim gul. Sminach hierach de lepa a viaking ach fruch. Vier hoshach and howdy gaf me geolars de smiach. Bjergos de sanamshin ach de heln me doet die öv. Eg viat zoek me gulgut gan de gegelmonial. Spjaren nog vid utskintje na mile bohier. Saunen brai en a shrwadi hamoloi chenum na. Chena garam hulan melach savarali hilvain. Hjarst chokin jogs hambratan eden nagal a tav. Hook me gul chagul pedeke ganjachke kilvain. Chadw goris an eith cwdsias et y chliw. Gyda fi'n gair I od y fialw gad chwl. Faw si fal dyddiaf ddiwm, fad y fyddiar yn ddiwm ciwn. Sbimoch ddi, awn yn toddors gyd fi'ch dw post ydi triw. Hamin ist dolgachi, hamolianan nam ye. Smiken dan ich moch runjak, aun en grunjach gekeet. Bial mecher, niemand ran, koelfanjach taun rei. Malachul, Maranicha, a hikoskia, and young lay. Appalachian. As je gaat call.
Thank you so much. It's just, I'm so happy to be back in Glace Bay. I mean, it was a few years since I was here last, but I always knew Glace Bay was always on my map because Glace Bay is the home of Aislinn Debison. And I was a fan since she was, that high. And now we're friends on Facebook because I'm so hip. And I still love her voice, and my kids and I used to listen and sing along to her. She was amazing, and so I hope she's watching. So Aislinn, I'm here. Yeah. And so now Kathleen and I are going to sing a song together. We started singing a number of years ago. Kathleen invited me, and I was very happy to join her on singing on her album. And she brought her albums to sell tonight, and I didn't bring mine, but I'm singing on hers. Yeah. And I'm hoping that if you buy all her albums, that she'll at least, I mean.
So on my first album, I invited Cathy Ann to sing, and I was so excited when she said yes. And I said, if you could do the harmony for this song for me. And she said, I don't do dots and I don't do harmonies. So I had to do the harmonies on my own.
Well, if you're going to ask somebody, and I love singing with Kathleen. So, and the thing is, because I live here now, Kathleen spends the days here trying to persuade me to go home, and I try to persuade her to come over here. And it's not so easy to rehearse in person, and online isn't quite the same. Yeah. So this is, Okay. Yes, oh Lord. Yes. Hit or a miss.
Yep.
New Zealand will know too,
Oh Lord, stroog nach Tschechischen, Lord, stroog nach Tschechischen, okere troog, ach Jaloi, nach Romisan noi, man doet mi schalgorst, oh Lord. Honig mi haul, Savoy Theatre, groge hog, is hort a persedum, heimi anul, scannaik mi tlu, Savashe the cruj, aguri hlanach, oh Lord, stroog nach Tschechischen, Lord, stroog nach Tschechischen, okere troog, ach Jaloi, nach Romisan noi, man doet mi schalgort, oh Lord. Nam big pjaunas pepeth Gaelicum, skringo chias, doch ein schlepparendes konen tachaun, nach Oskel von Kleer, smagalas du hing, hange mutaregan, oh Lord, stroog nach Tschechischen, Lord, stroog nach Tschechischen, okere troog, ach Jaloi, nach Romisan noi, man doet mi schalgort, oh Lord. And Jejulum,
Go cheath na monian, cheath nam fiag, nang yeraps nang gonyanich, cheath nan shiat, a sound vow thiev, skan ich ut a viag, gan skian, skan gdemicha, oloi, oloi, struag nach Tscheching, eloi, struag nach Tscheching, o gere trug, a cheist aloi, nach Romi san noi, man doad mi shalgard, oloi. Thank you so much. You know, another thing about this live bit, you know, out there into the universe, this, I mean, it's an honor enough in itself to be asked to come to Celtic Colours because they're all so amazing. Everybody involved, from volunteers, staff, the preparation, the organising, the picking up, the dropping off, the drivers, the feeding you, they're looking after you. Is there anything you need? Just everything. And so then throw in the out there into the universe thing. And this is like Celtic Oscars. You know, I mean, it is. It's just, you know. And then you've got to put the bling on, and you've got, you know, you've got to kind of dress up and just do something extra special. But then, when you're ready, then they say, come and get dinner, and you're thinking, oh, if I spill anything, they're all going to see it. So we're going to sing some cheery little songs for you now.
As you know, set a orang gadich, agus pushta pialanist, oran na holemi von genetad madenich gegoin, von nish on the Lewis.
Should I be your translator? She learned this. Subtitles by Cathy Ann.
I heard some Gaelic speakers.
She learned this song from Mary Smith on the island of Lewis.
Yeah, she told me that there was the women that would go down to Bara, so na chuchtu.
That's when they gut the fish, the gutting.
The fish gutting, and they would go down as workers to Bara and gut the fish there. And they had this song, and they would sing it in Bara. And to cut a long story short, they went back to Lewis, and the song was lost in Lewis, but it remained in Bara. And when Maddie went to Bara, she then rediscovered it. I didn't say it was a great story, but no, it was a good story. I didn't tell it very well. I was really excited when I heard that. Okay.
Okay. Perfect.
Hanje taie de bitoer gehad du lovia gemacht te gallas a bipoorn carpadoor from Ogassen. Oh, idle, idle, oh, idle, 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 oh, idle, idle, oh, idle, oh, idle, idle. Mach Katrina mogul, mach Katrina molen, mach Katrina mogul, on ach door, mi mach gane. Oh, idle, idle, oh, idle, 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 oh, idle, idle, oh, idle, oh, idle, idle. Hej me shears, hej me shears, hej me shears, yo me lernen, yo me shen, koik na shia, an a shia, terug laat ich. Oh, idle, idle, oh, idle, idle, adam, oh, idle, idle, oh, idle, oh, idle, adam, oh, idle, idle, oh, idle, idle, adam, oh, idle, idle, oh, idle, oh, idle, adam.
Hayo hayram, khonna me sharaidu, hayo hayram, khonna me sharaidu, hayo hayram, khonna me sharaidu, jidanas they the saroyal. Hayo hu, okubani churga, hayo hu, okubani churga, hayo hu, okubani churga, ripping agus coon agus cleochka. Hayo hayram, khonna me sharaidu, hayo hayram, khonna me sharaidu, hayo hayram, khonna me sharaidu, jidanas they the saroyal. Hayo hiram, chagam is shirach, hay o hiram chagam is shirach, hay o hiram chagam is shirach, get the winglianak and fossig. Hay o hiram chon is raidu, hay o hiram chon is raidu, hay o hiram chon is raidu, cheating as they the saroya. Hay o hiram stocking and daming, hay o hiram stocking and daming, hay o hiram stocking and daming, shut the vigling on snellorns. Hay o hiram chon is raidu, hay o hiram chon is raidu, hay o hiram chon is raidu, cheating as they the saroya. As and go for the him, just and go, follow me, just and go, lation no holiday, and Doris and Dol, Karake, Huria, Ellen and Bohan and Bohan, Ellen and Bohan and Bohan, Ellen and Bohan and Bohan, Bohan of a funeral, Ellen and Bohan and Bohan, Ellen and Bohan and Bohan, Ellen and Bohan and Bohan, Bohan of a funeral, Vering fitter full of maring, Vering fitter full of marin, Lewan and Bacon and Mara with the Mitch Grisher and Haring, the Marin at the thing, Ellen and Bohan and Bohan, Ellen and Bohan and Bohan, Ellen and Bohan and Bohan, Bohan of a funeral, Ellen and Bohan and Bohan. Ellen and Bohan and Bohan, Ellen and Bohan and Bohan, Bohan avec Hadishin dat in a show, Hadishin dat in a show, Hadishin dat in a show, Karl Rocketals not to the Aking on Nachika Caravan, a Honachika Caravan, Marchinus Liapak and class of Veding to one, and Yamming the Marin to the Ellen and Bohan and Bohan, Ellen and Bohan and Bohan, Ellen and Bohan and Bohan avec Fianagala, Ellen and Bohan and Bohan, Ellen and Bohan and Bohan, Ellen and Bohan and Bohan, Bohan avec Fianagala. You! We're just worried about the time here, because in case a hook comes, you know. When everyone wants... My Auntie Peggy, she'll be wondering now, should I put another lump of coal on the fire? You know, yes, there's lots more Auntie Peggy to come, so put 3 lumps on. 3 lumps, I guess a big stoke.
The next song I learned from one of the artistic directors of this year's Celtic Colours, Alan MacDonald, who's a very well-known piper from Glenuig over in Scotland. And this is a 16th century lullaby that you had to learn before you got a job at Dunvegan Castle in Skye. And it's called Shemoleno Minglishach Manglishach, which you also won't hear at the Savoy in Glasgow.
And I don't think they could have had many people manage to get through the interview or audition or whatever for it, because boy, is it a tongue twister in a kind of slowish way, you know.
Yeah,
well, I hope you enjoy it.
Shemoleno minglishach manglishach boalen en jach glaknen luriach snanjach kruiach snanjach snakach moleno pek. Stroag nach eiking hint of wolle, gehaard arted oakes leven. Koud de koel kaartje nog oanje, mat ga holinge gilles leenje moleno pik. Stroag nach eiking hint of hisrach, vier na tje, mna koala chin gachis ne kaarten isje koed heel. O viljevok, o viljevok, o viljevok, mo vroeruk, mo hegeluk, mo gloenje hok. Schemol en o multig juur, zult voor ouwer mo loge vok. Mjaules mo jongen evding. Wou van mocht is een die, lusten daddy. Pitu blianake kelkoana, geen mo goaling vege vallen mo leno pik. O viding o na clinium te leon. O viding o kam berichter on. O viding o kam de leo with God. O viding o kam jidik te lon. O viding you. Hanna clown hanichu, viding of you. Hanna clown hanichu, viding of you. Shiel is stocheling, shiel nin
toch een lans, een loeriach, bij Lochlen toeges de Heesha. We got the job.
Mr. Donald Shaw.
Back with his lovely box. Full of my slobbers. Just kidding. Now, the last two songs, this is our last number coming up now. Oh. Yes, yes. We want people to know all over the world, you know. And if you join in with us, then you can say, gee, I was in that audience. Can you hear me, you know, when you listen back to it tomorrow? Because I think you've got 24 hours. So if you sing loud, you'll hear yourselves. So we're going to finish this bit now with two songs by a really good friend of ours back on the Isle of Skye called Blair Douglas. And these are, we've had, you see, Blair fans in the audience here. So Blair Douglas, a really good friend of ours.
That is Blair.
Is it? So an easy chorus is to join in, so feel free to join in with us. And we thought, you know, he had a hard time, and we thought, well, you know, maybe this will perk him up, you know. So we're sending our love to Blair across the miles. And Blair is a box player and a keyboard player and many other things. And Kathleen and I have had the joy of working with him. So these are two of Blair's songs, two cheery little numbers. One about Maddy Roa, who's dancing through the streets of Portree. And then the other one about a poor soul who's kind of looking, what's he doing? He's looking at himself in the mirror. Jayla. I guess he thinks he looks like a king, but no. Yeah. You know. He imagines all sorts of things.
He's a bit vain, isn't he?
That's the word. Yes, yes. Vain. Maddy Roa tausa noch, tausa comating voich. Maddy Roa tausa noch, nor a chlunge sin drum poalag. Jeloing chamar, chikiet in chertung, opper hael sopet groei. Ach no de hekuiche jehung, Maddy Roa tausa. Maddy Roa tausa noch. Tausa comating voich, Maddy Roa tausa noch, nor a chlunge sin drum poalag. Come let leppies, come let she. I can an ams kelner cree. Slenishing glotra ragen for three. Cas ye ma calling. Maddy Roa tausa noch. Tausa comating voich, Maddy Roa tausa noch, nor a chlunge sin drum poalag. Gläse fieps, glazing eel, cashmach greilas, porch riel, shiestran valapi shing a trielas, Maddy Roa tausa, Maddy Roa tausa noch, tausa comating voich, Maddy Roa tausa noch, nor a chlunge sin drum poalag, Maddy Roa tausa noch, tausa comating voich, Maddy Roa tausa noch, chlunge sin drum poalag. Sparalum, cavele fingel, sparalum, cavele fung, sparalum, calekische diaken, apede, sparalum. Haneke hudia, fesketje kieting, hudai hest, goeie de gloing, lach me loich, kepi alwas gahen, kaya te ding, mariken groen, sparalum, cavele fingel, sparalum, cavele fung, sparalum, calekische diaken, apede, sparalum. Hoort je de omgeroze Julian, sleepskoed alles te schalakanje. Varavend afgemoord die ulevish, bishia naking son, plionakale. Sparalum, cavele fengel, sparalum, cavele fung, sparalum, calekische diaken, aperde, sparalum. Nauwings giapos charoike slagnelian, Hosh ik je fitte dag een piepe dan misch. Gach leem na hamet enguleke cheed. Sparaloom, gewille vingel, sparaloom, gewille fung. Sparaloom, gelijk isje vriaken, appede. Sparaloom, kan skilling na fokket, stuil na vraken, dril na ne polig, skjaun kan heel. Jenny sul, let tunge gekarrig, Jenny sul, let tunge serien. Sparaloom, gewille vingel, sparaloom, gewille fung. Sparaloom, gelijk isje vriaken, appede. Sparaloom. Sparaloom, gewille vinger, sparaloom, gewille fung. Sparaloom, gelijk isje vriaken, appede, sparaloom. Joe!
Ladies and gentlemen, Cathy Ann MacPhee, Kathleen MacInnes, and Donald Shaw. How about a little bit more from them? We're going to ask them to stick around. And what about Donnie and Jinks? Shall we get Donnie and Jinks back out on the stage? It'd be kind of a fun thing for Donnie because Donnie has been playing Cathy Ann and Kathleen and Karen actually for years on Celtic Serenades. He remembers Capercaillie coming over when they were very young. How young were they, Donnie? Younger than me. Who isn't, though, you know. I wanted to point out...
You were a little pup reporter.
Okay, now, can somebody cut his mic, please? I'm talking, Donnie. I wanted to point out, after we hear from the gang, we're going to send you out for a little break during the intermission. I'd like to acknowledge everybody watching on the live stream. We will be back. You're watching us live streaming at Celtic Colours for Saturday night at the Savoy on Saturday night, night 2 of Celtic Colours from the Celtic Colours website. I also wanted to mention, too, that the Cape Breton University students are doing a survey of Celtic Colours as part of a project, an extended project this year, and you're invited to check out that survey on the Celtic Colours website, if you would. Don't forget, too, if you look at the back of your ticket, you'll see a ballot. If you fill out that ballot, we're going to do a draw after we return from the break for some fabulous prizes, including a mounted poster signed by everybody performing on stage here tonight and a highlight CD from last year's Celtic Colours. We also have another draw for the Celtic Colours collection, a book of music by Paul Cranford. And of course, we have the world-famous 50-50 Savoy draw to make after the intermission as well. So don't forget to fill out the back of your ballot and put it in the hat before you come back in after the break. I also wanted to say thank you very much to some sponsors tonight. Let's acknowledge Cape Breton Beverages, if you wouldn't mind, and welcome their representatives here tonight. Very key sponsors here tonight. All right, let's get Cathy Ann and Kathleen back with Donnie and Jinks.
It's so nice to, as I said, for a number of years playing these gals on the radio show. It's so nice to be here with them.
And you'll all know this one now.
And Kathleen is from South Uist, where my mother's people, MacInnes, were from. So we could be cousins. Oh, the summertime is coming, and the trees are sweetly blooming, and the wild mountain thyme grows around the blooming heather. Will you go, lassie? Let's hear you sing, come on. And we'll all go together to pluck wild mountain thyme all around the blooming heather. Will you go, lassie, go? I will build my love a bower near yon pure crystal fountain, and on it I will pile all the flowers of the mountain. Will you go, lassie, go? And we'll all go together to pluck wild mountain thyme all around the blue gone, I would surely find another where the wild mountain thyme grows around the blooming heather. Will you go, lassie, go? And we'll all go together to pluck wild mountain thyme all around the blooming heather. Will you go, lassie, go? Let's do it again, come on. And we'll all go together to pluck wild mountain thyme all around the blooming heather. Will you go, lassie, go? Will you go, lassie, go? One more. Will you go, lassie, go?
Cape Breton Island, carved by the sea, ablaze in the colors of autumn. Follow your heart along trails that unravel our coast, offering quiet escape or rowdy moments of joy. Be moved by our living culture and inspired by our magical vistas. Cape Breton Island, your heart will never leave.
Art adds color to our world.
It's magical.
And we represent Nova Scotia wherever we go.
Because Nova Scotia Gaming has support for culture,
you can really have an opportunity to grow.
This is so good.
Let me show you why. Our growers, they select the beans, not as easy as it seems. This one's perfect, that one too. So many great beans to brew. Premium Arabica. Ship them off to Canada. Arrive at our roastery. Sorting, roasting every bean. Taste test each cup. Coffee masters give thumbs up. Handcraft fresh brew. Spreading joy is what we do. From bean to cup, that is how we brew it up.
Cool. How do you make the donuts?
TD Bank Group, we believe in the power of music. TD is proud to support the Celtic Colours in the Schools program. For culture and traditions to continue, they must be passed on to the next generation. Working together with Celtic Colours, TD is investing in our future, bringing live music, song, dance, and exciting Celtic performers into the schools. TD and Celtic Colours, for the love of music.
Welcome to Member 2 Trade and Convention Centre, located just minutes from downtown Sydney in the urban Mi'kmaq community of Member 2. We offer 20,000 square feet of meeting and event space that can be easily tailored for any size meeting or conference. Pedway access to the Hampton Inn, on-site banquet and catering services, as well as full AV services. Let us help make your next event a memorable one. For more information, visit member2tcc.com or call for more details.
For as long as there are touchdowns to be caught and parades to partake in, for as long as communities need fundraisers and the heart needs to smile, for as long as hopeful stories enrich us all, we'll be there to make the link.
I'm extremely proud to be Nova Scotian. Art is something we want to make sure is continuing to tell our stories.
Culture is what makes us human. Art, music, film.
It is what adds color to our world.
And if you have a vibrant arts community, those that are looking at moving somewhere, that's a part of what they're looking for.
Because Nova Scotia Gaming has support for culture,
All of these barriers are sort of removed and you can like really have an opportunity to grow.
We think we're number one because we're the home of a strong Mi'kmaq culture since time immemorial.
Because we have more fiddlers per capita than anywhere in the world.
We think we're number one because we have the finest lobster and seafood.
We have one of the most scenic drives in the world.
We think we're number one because we have the largest historical reconstruction in North America.
Because the Bredor Lakes are UNESCO biosphere.
Because we have amazing trails and we have one of the top national parks in Canada.
Because of our rich Acadian culture and joie de vivre.
We think we're number one because we have world-class golf courses.
Jalasi, your adventure starts here in Membertou.
Welcome to Cape Breton Island, the Celtic heart of North America. This small island welcomes you with its huge heart. Here, you can jump into the culture, dance to lively fiddle tunes, learn a Gaelic milling song, and enjoy traditional meals. Experience firsthand North America's only living Celtic culture. Music is the heartbeat of the island, with sessions always close at hand. You can soak it in or jam with some of the world's finest Celtic musicians. The stunning, diverse beauty of this award-winning island, its sweeping hills, popping colors, and majestic waters promises to both soothe and invigorate all who visit. Cape Breton offers down-home hospitality with its soul-inspiring music and earnest storytelling. You may arrive a visitor, but are sure to leave as a friend. Start your journey today at celticheart.ca.
Nova Scotia's Cape Breton Island has called out to the hearts of travelers for hundreds of years, inspiring their minds and reviving their spirits. Follow your heart. It will lead you to the journey of a lifetime. Experience one of the world's most scenic drives, the Cabot Trail, rising from the sea, clinging to mountains. A winding staircase that will take you from majestic ocean vistas to quiet fishing villages. Plan a few days to enjoy every moment. Savor a masterpiece. Our island is renowned as a hiker's paradise, a challenging beauty that calls out to be explored. Breathtaking landscapes await you. Travel through time at the Fortress of Louisbourg, the largest historical reconstruction of its kind in North America. Walk the streets where world powers fought for control of a continent. Cape Breton, one of the first multicultural societies in North America, the heart of the Mi'kmaq Nation, where ancestry is treasured and deep and alive in the roots of communities. Delve into the mind of a genius. Learn of our storied past. You may even learn something about yourself. Be moved by our living cultures. Join in a square dance. Step to the jigs and the rollicking reels. Watch our artisans at work creating their treasures. Find a unique serenity as you pause in the heart of the island, or chart a course on the Bredor Lakes, a designated UNESCO biosphere and Canada's largest inland sea. Leave your footprints on our shores. They will be welcomed by gentle waters and rolling surf. Anticipate larger-than-life encounters. The island resonates with the voices of generations before us. We hold our traditions close, and it's a tradition to share what we have with our visitors. Discover and embrace Cape Breton Island. Your heart will never leave.
The spirit of our island is strong. She is vibrant and rooted in culture. When she sleeps, we call it winter. When she celebrates her beauty, we call it autumn. And when she sings, we call it Celtic Colours. For hundreds of years in these mountains and along these shores, we've kept our traditions alive. When we speak, when we play, when we dance. Now we invite people from far and wide to share our island. Add a voice, lend an ear, and try a step. To see, to hear, to experience. Cape Breton Island's Celtic Colours International Festival.
on goed malan en koelerum gaat je luime ruisen. On goed malan en koelerum gaat je luime ruisen. On goed malan en koelerum gaat je luime ruisen. On goed malan en koelerum gaat je luime ruisen. Gaat je lum, gaat je luime ruisen. Gaat je lum, gaat je luime ruisen. Gaat je lum, gaat je luime ruisen. On goed malan en koelerum gaat je luime ruisen. On goed malan en koelerum gaat je luime ruisen. On goed malan en koelerum gaat je luime ruisen. Gaat je lum, gaat je luime ruisen. On goed malan en koelerum gaat je luime ruisen. Ha benna gam ataya gam halt de kjaune taya gam upon the hibbing gallicum smolina salokronde. Ha benna gam ataya gam halt de kjaune taya gam upon the hibbing gallicum smolina salokronde. Chena mi kulini gal kulini lan. Chena mi kulini lan smi pala van taya maro. Chena mi kulini gal kulini lan. Chena mi kulini lan smi pala van taya maro. Dole chingamiri dol gamiari dole chingamiri pita kere kliai dole chingamiri dol gamiari dole chingamiri pita kere kliai ami jori tavan jag speak to sonyami halekam hana sarse kan de kliai ami jori tavan jag speak to sonyami halekam hana sarse kan de kliai ami jori tavan jag speak to sonyami halekam hana sarse kan de kliai ami jori tavan jag speak to sonyami halekam hana sarse kan de kliai. Cheers, thank you very much.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back. Have a good break? Yes. Welcome back to everybody watching us live streaming on the Celtic Colours website, too. We're live streaming around the globe right now from Saturday night at the Savoy. Oh, live from the Savoy, it's Saturday night. So we have the tradition at the Savoy of the 50-50 draw, and we do not have to encounter any issues with multiple names on the ticket with this one. 992952. We need the lights, gang. There we go. I could barely read mine. So, 992952. 992952. Do we have a winner? Check your tickets. How about I'm going to do that again in a second. Maybe not everybody's back from the lobby. Oh, wait, we have a winner? Awesome. So you can get your prize afterwards out in the lobby, sir. Thank you very much. We have a winner. Excellent. I'm going to bring Stevie out on stage right now. Stevie, if you wouldn't mind. Welcome, Stevie, one of our awesome volunteers backstage. You can drop the lights now again, gentlemen. Thank you very much. And Stevie, tell us how you ended up volunteering at Celtic Colours. Where are you from?
I'm from England originally, near Oxford, but I've been living in Halifax since April, and as a fiddle player I wanted to come up and enjoy the festival, so I thought I'd help out.
Awesome. And you're heading back home soon?
Yeah, just 2 weeks, and then I'll be heading back to the UK. Get kicked out of the country.
This is a good way to finish up, especially if you're a fiddle player. So we're going to make the draw first. This is for a mounted poster. Signed by everybody performing on stage here tonight, and a CD from last year's Celtic Colours highlights. I'm reaching deep into the bucket. And the winner is Arlene Williams of Wobegon. Wobegon. Sorry, I was thinking of that guy, the Prairie Home Companion. Wobegon, Ontario. You can collect it out back afterwards. Let's hear it for Arlene. Arlene Williams of Wobegon, Ontario. Wobegon, sorry. Definitely my bad. All right, I'm reaching in. We also have the Celtic Colours collection. Celtic Colours collection by Paul Cranford, who was a professional fiddler, composer, and lighthouse keeper for much of his career. Linda Allaire of Cavan, Ontario. Am I mispronouncing that one too? Cavan. I need to get off Cape Breton a little more often. Linda Allaire, you win the book. Thank you very much. And thank you, Stevie, and thank you for coming. That's great. 2 Ontarians. All right, well, it is, as I mentioned, the theme for Celtic Colours this year is connected, and we are connected in many ways to many islands around the world who share the kind of tradition and passion and love for the kind of music and the kind of rootedness that we have, that we celebrate in all the cultural and musical events at Celtic Colours. But we are also connected to other music festivals around the world, one of which is Celtic Connections out of Glasgow, which has been a big sister and mentor for Celtic Colours right from the very beginning. And one of our featured performers tonight, of course, until this year, was the artistic director of Celtic Connections. His last time at the helm had 130,000 visitors, which was a record, and more than 350 shows. And he performed, and she performed, at the very first Celtic Colours 21 years ago. And that's actually the last time they were at Celtic Colours, so it's pretty awesome to welcome them to the stage here tonight. Don founded Capercaillie when he was 17 years old, and Capercaillie came to play at the first Celtic Colours in 1997 when Donnie Campbell was just 23 years old. Kathleen, of course, is one of the most respected Gaelic singers on the planet. She's been awarded the OBE, and no less a figure than Sean Connery has declared her throat touched by angels. Or should I say touched by angels? Please welcome back to the stage, after 21 years, back at Celtic Colours, Donald Shaw and Kathleen Matheson. Karen Matheson, I'm sorry.
Well, thank you. What an intro. I know we don't look a day over 21, do we? It
has been a long time. Actually, the very first time we came to Cape Breton with Capercaillie was in 1985, which was 33 years ago, and I still have, and in a file, the itinerary of the tour. It was July 1985, and I think we did about 14 gigs. And I was looking at the photographs the other day to remind me of what a fantastic time. And I think when we came that time, I didn't really recognize the significance of the family connection. The number of people from, my mother came from Barra, and the number of family that had emigrated at the time. And I've subsequently learnt so much about that with my mother's passing a few years ago. I really delved into it, and so now I feel like, since I arrived here 3 days ago, I feel like I'm a local. I've got all this history now. It's amazing, and it's so lovely to be invited back. So we're going to, on that note, I'm going to start with a song from Barra, which I recorded on my last album, and it's called A Bheirlín Bharach. Thank you very much. Thank you. Well, I think it's very unfair to put me on after Kathleen and Cathy Ann, because I'm a huge fan, and we're having a good laugh backstage, stealing each other's hairspray and things. But the Battle of the Gaels begins. Okay, we're going to do some mouth music. Oh, Keenyel, Feranyel, Keenyel, Feranyel, Keenyel, Feranyel, Guranyel, Verabord, Keenyel, Feranyel, Il Feranyel, Keenyel, Feranyel, Guranyel, Verabord, Stella Manottiche Doel, Manottiche Doel, Stella Manottiche Doel, Stella Pure Love, Stella Manottiche Doel, Manottiche Doel, Stella Manottiche Doel, Stella Pure Love, Nina Raleroyo, Raleroyo, Nina Raleroyo, Spure Gona Kralov, Nina Raleroyo, Raleroyo, Nina Raleroyo, Spure Gona Kralov, Ona Missanduno, Missanduno, Ona Missanduno, China Gunda Shimilach, Ona Missanduno, Missanduno, Ona Missanduno, China Gunda Shimilach. Feranyel, Keenyel, Feranyel, Keenyel, Feranyel, Guranyel, Verabord, Keenyel, Feranyel, Il Feranyel, Keenyel, Feranyel, Guranyel, Verabord. Go, but a tally, we've got a horo, go, but a tally, we've got a lion. But the halahoku, but the halagira, but the halahoku, skinny or something. Halahoku, but the halagira, but the halahoku, skinny or something. But the tally, we've got a horoku, but the tally, we've got a lion. But the tally, we've got a horoku, but the tally, we've got a lion. But the halagira, but the halahoku, skinny or something. But the halahoku, the halagira, halahoku, skinny or something. Thank you very much. Thank you. Well, as I was saying, when I was recording my last album, I did it just shortly after I lost both my parents in quite close succession, and it sent me on a genealogy discovery, I suppose, and on both sides of the family. And I found a lot of songs, but in my research, I was looking for things that were new, things that were different, but one song that just wouldn't leave me alone. It's just one of these things that you hear when you're growing up over the years. And I mean, I must have heard this song probably when I was 4 or 5 initially, and I would be taken along to the local ceilidhs in the village, and there would be an old botach singing it every week. So I vowed I would never sing it. And not only have I recorded it now, but it's become one of my very, very favourite songs, and just testimony to a lovely melody that just won't leave you alone. When you go to bed, it's still spinning round in your head. So for me, it just evokes the memories of growing up on the on the shores of Loch Etive in Tinalt in Argyllshire, having picnics and just fond memories. So it's called Glen Ballachod. Oh, nach Romy House, na fura. Oh, nach Romy House, en glawn balachod. Na Romy House, glawn na fura. Chanakin yetulach, glawn lorach. Noriede sugrianer buchiatach bian. Stick of el flahel koinel a boirskugnan town. I tu skugnan notu san smjarach ergek hurfalche lenkjor morgen speer. Oh, nach Romy House, gelauw na fura. Oh, nach Romy House, gelauw na valachei. Na Romy House, gelauw na fura. Chanakin yetulach, glawn lorach mogei. Svatin nurieri gnation guroin. Shahuk solas gaminchi ishautin yerutsus. Chanye gulan ergeltak verbarostus nuach. Germi shavokracht vindrast chofatua. Oh, nach Romy House, glawn na fura. Oh, nach Romy House, glawn balachei. Na Romy House, glawn na fura. Chanakin yetulach, glawn lorach mogei. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thanks a lot. How are you all doing? Are you well? Just gonna ditch the singer for a wee while. Give you a few tunes. And I wasn't sure, you know, from over the years whether The accordion might have at some point been made illegal here, but seems you're okay about it still, so that's good news. Well, we have the accordion and the pipes tonight for you. On my left, fantastic musician from Aberdeenshire. Please welcome Mr. Fraser Fifield. So we'll do a wee tune called the Gaelic Gavotte, and then the Halloween jig, and the Snuff Wife, and finishing with Kenny MacDonald's jig. So I don't know if there's any McDonald's in this part of the world, is there? Do you have it? So here we go.
Thank you. So I'm going to dare to sing a song in English now. Will I be lynched? Well, it comes from the Child collection of ballads, a wonderful collection, but the melody was set to it by Donald here, and it's called The Diamond Ring, and it's the story of class divide. Happens the world over, and the girl in the song is saying she's marrying this man not for his wealth, not for his glory, not for his stature in society. She's marrying him just because she loves him, because apparently that does happen. So anyway, it's called The Diamond Ring. You came, I know not where they came, you met was in the dance. There was honey in each word of yours, glamour in each glance. Though many were around me, there ain't nothing saw but him. Upon his brow of starry gem, brush fallen, snow seemed dim. It was not for the diamond ring upon your lily white hand. It was not for your noble name, it was not for your land. Yet gone it was a weary night, we parted at the burn. You swore by all the stars above that you would soon return. You would soon return, my love, and I your bride would be. But backward will the burn ye run ere ye return to me. It was not for the diamond ring upon your lily white hand. It was not for your noble name, it was not for your land. Lineage like to thine would take thee by the fickle hand, the false you placed in mind. The music and the rose-red wine to greet her shall appear. For bridal song a sigh I bring, bridal pledge a tear. It was not for the diamond ring upon your lily white hand. It was not for your noble name, it was not for your land. That thou had passed me by in coldness or in prime, nor wrought the cruel wrong in her, in whom the truth relied. The hunters to the greenwood gone, his spear lies at his rest, but he'll not wound the trusting dove sheltering in his breast. It was not for the diamond ring upon your lily white hand. It was not for your noble name, it was not for your land. It was not for the diamond ring upon your lily white hand. It was not for your noble name. It was not for your land. Thank you. Thanks very much. Thanks very much. This next song is I learnt from the brilliant Irish singer Andy Irvine, who recorded it with a fantastic Irish band called Planxty back in the day. We were very inspired as Scots growing up at what was going on in the Irish scene, coming over to Scotland and influencing our musical taste, if you like. And this song was written by an American called Cy Can. And last year, Donald and I were touring in America and had the great privilege of meeting him. He came to one of the gigs. But it's a song telling the story of the demise of industry. In this case, the closing down of the cotton mills, again, a subject which is close to all our hearts across the world, and particularly in Glasgow, where I come from, the closing down of all the powerful industries. This one is called The Aragon Mill, a mill in Georgia in America. So.
At the east end of town, at the foot of the hill, there's a chimney so tall, it says Aragon Mill. But there's no smoke at all coming out of its stack since the mill has shut down. It's never coming back. And the only tune I hear is the sound of the wind as she blows through the town. Weave and spin, weave and spin. There's no children playing in the dark, narrow streets since the mill has shut down. It's so quiet I can't sleep. The mill has shut down. 'Tis the only life I know. Tell me, what will I do? And where will I go? And the only tune I hear is the sound of the wind as she blows through the town. Weave and spin, weave and spin. I'm too old to work, and I'm too young to die. Tell me, where will I go now, my family and I? And there's no use anymore for these cotton mills, it seems, but the sound of the loom still haunts my dreams. Weave and spin, 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 weave and spin. Weave and spin, 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 weave and spin.
Thank you very much. That was called Horizon, the Horizon theme. Donald did a beautiful collection of music for a programme back at home called Highlands on the Edge. Was it called that? Scotland's Wild Heart. And it was a wildlife programme, incredible footage filmed over a long period of time, and some quite extraordinary images of wildlife across the Highlands, if you ever get a chance to see it. He has made a recording as well, which I think might be out there, although I don't know if you're allowed to sell it tonight, because I've got my album out there as well. So I'm going to do a walking song now, and this one has quite a resonance with you all here tonight, because it's a song, it's a flighting song between two bardesses, the bardess from Barra and the bardess from Uist. And they're set a task against each other. And the story goes that the bardess from Uist actually dropped dead at the walking board at the viciousness of the words that were coming out of the bardess from Barra's mouth. And it's told in the tale that over here in Cape Breton, in the area around the Brador Lake, where the people from Uist and the people from Barra settled, that this song was actually forbidden to be sung for fear of a fight breaking out. So at this point, I should really tell you that my mother is a MacNeil from Barra, and I've just recently, as I say, been doing the family tree, and there's someone here tonight who I've not actually met yet, but I know everything about his history because of this research I've been doing. And a man called Hugh McSween came over on the William Tell in 1817, and from Barra on the ship, and left one son back home in Barra. Came with his family of 8 or 9, and the one that remained in Barra I descend from. And the man that's here tonight descends from one of the other 9 that actually came on that ship. And that kind of thing is just priceless when you discover these little snippets. And I've been online till 3, 4 in the morning doing this research. So exciting when you start. So it could be any one of you out there. And if Hugh McSween was a really bad guy, I don't want to know, okay? Anyway, here's the flighting tale between the two the two bardesses, and the Barach one, of course.
Hatchet more vare vrana horo hukevi hukevishe tukever horo hukevi Hatchet more vare vrana horo hukevi hukevishe tukever horo hukevi Hatchet Cathy Ann MacPhee Vishe tuk vele horo hugevi Hajej Kadriana Kajonya horo hugevi Hugevishe tuk vele horo hugevi No ana vek masi azayke horo hugevi Hugevishe tuk vele horo hugevi No ana vek Zaike horo hukevishe tukevere horo hukevi hukevishe
Thank you. Thanks so much.
Thanks a lot. Take the violence factor down a little bit and play a tune I wrote a good number of years ago for an amazing character called Callum MacLeod. And he was from the island of Raasay, just off Skye. And he lived with his wife on the island of Raasay, and there was where he lived was in a croft, and his wife became quite poorly, and he had to try and get her to the ferry from the island and then onto the mainland and down to the hospital in Inverness every now and again. And he decided that his quest would be a lot easier if he had a road from his house to the ferry, because he was kind of clambering over hills. And so he made a request of the council that they should build a road, and they kept saying they would try and do that for him. And they never got around to it. So he he dug out an old engineer's book from the war, and he hired a tractor and a digger. And for the next 7 years, he built a road from his house himself, so he could drive his wife to the ferry. So in reality, I think the road itself was about 3.5, 4 miles, which is a fair distance if you've never built a road before, and just yourself, and you're in your 60s at the time. The story has kind of grown arms and legs. The last time I heard someone talking about it, it had turned into a 40-mile freeway. Nevertheless, his achievement was pretty substantial. So this tune is called Callum's Road. It's for Callum MacLeod. And we're going to follow that, let me think. Otter Shore, which really was just, again, from one of the TV programs. So if you just imagine some otters, that'd be great. And please give a welcome to, on the fiddle from Perthshire, the wonderful Hannah Fisher. Hup.
that first song, tune, Callum's Road, that Donald was telling you about, must have become one of the most requested tunes to walk down the aisle to in Scotland. I know I myself walked down, my father walked me down the aisle to that tune, and it's, I don't know if that was your intention when you wrote it, Donald, but we're going to do a wee lullaby for you now, so try not to fall asleep. Mind you, that is the point. It's called Mulruani, a wee fairy story. Ha horo mulruani glinnechen, ha horo mulruani, of the vahis who come fircher, ha horo mulruani. I'll wake you up now. Lull you you into a false sense of security there.
Iviata, ua italana iviata, italata luan iviata, ua italana iviata, italata luan. Camera riders one inch Jesus a ratter, camera riders one inch scattered at a molar, camera riders one inch Jesus a ratter, camera riders one inch scattered at a molar. Iviata, ua italana iviata, italata luan iviata, ua italana iviata, italata luan. Camera riders one inch Jesus a ratter, camera riders one inch scattered at a molar, camera riders one inch Jesus a ratter, camera riders one inch scattered at a molar. Shemaruto honami, shemaruto raimi, shemaruto honami er fegna heiche, shemaruto honami, shemaruto raimi, shemaruto honami er fegna heiche. Honamina kutikana kutikana kutikana, honamina kutikana gloicher at the morning, honamina kutikana kutikana kutikana, honamina kutikana gloicher at the morning. Shemaruto honami, shemaruto raimi, shemaruto honami er fegna heiche, shemaruto honami, shemaruto raimi, shemaruto honami er fegna heiche. Honamina pishikana pishikana pishikana, honamina pishikana sterish Deutscher, honamina pishikana pishikana pishikana, honamina pishikana sterish Deutscher. Хачечвян, лага яки кат на посуга феста хачечвян, лага яки хачечвян, лага яки кат на посуга феста хачечвян, лага яки хачечвян. Аранау лена камела камаранау лена камета кантуда, аранау лена камела камаранау лена камета кантуда. Лага яки кат на посуга феста хачечвян, лага яки хачечвян, лага яки кат на посуга феста хачечвян, лага яки хачечвян. Аранау лена камела камаранау лена камета кантуда.
Thank you so much. Thanks a million. You're a lovely audience.
So touched by an angel. They're not going anywhere, though. We have one more number for you. We're going to bring out our special guests again tonight, but thank you all so much for being here. Saturday night at the Savoy, We wanted to say a big thank you, if you could please join us in thanking the oil, the lifeblood that makes this festival tick. A big round of applause for all our volunteers tonight and through the rest of the festival, please. Also, thanks to everybody who's watching us live streaming tonight. We wanted to acknowledge our, pardon me?
Oh, sorry, no, I'm saying it's getting dangerous.
It does. Watch out, they're on a mission. We wanted to acknowledge some sponsors tonight. Vibe Creative Group, one of our major sponsors tonight. Thank you very much. And we want to acknowledge our live stream sponsors, the Celtic Heart of North America, Destination Cape Breton, Eastlink, and Support for Culture, all of which brought us our live stream here tonight. Keep your ticket stubs handy because you'll be on your way to the Festival Club at St. Anne's at the Gaelic College, and that'll give you half off and unlimited entertainment. And I'm only slightly exaggerating by saying unlimited because the music starts later tonight, and it goes till 3 a.m. ostensibly, but sometimes till the eggs are made, until it gets dark again, really, is how it goes, if you know, buddy. And also, if you happen to find yourself in Glace Bay tomorrow, don't forget about the Miners Museum. We spoke of the Men of the Deeps earlier tonight. You can visit the Miners Museum, and you can actually go down into a mine and actually meet miners who will guide you around a place that used to be mine if you're still in Glace Bay for tomorrow. Are we good there? We good to go? All right. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back to the stage, everybody.
I've only been singing this song for about 35 years. I can't remember it now. Koshi Herum, Hueliaron, Gonayanagrum, Mahievo, Bersarivon, Hueliaron, Gan Hedu, Bachorinho, Bersarivon. Sean Campbell, down Molana, Bachorinho. Go Sean Campbell, down Molana, Nahievo, Shalagerjoy, Ranas Yava, Bachorinho. Shalagerjoy, Buyaro, Ranas Yava, Ahievo, Aichgenilem, Buyaro, Yeni Langan, Bachorinho, Fluchan Noiche, Buyaro, Noxgur Fudi, Ahievo, Bachorinho, a hook money.